welcome to Crafty Anew. In today's video, I have another Temu haul for you, and this one's full of crafting goodies. So let's start. We'll start out with the paper items that I purchased. I got a lot of paper in this haul, which I've been enjoying working with a lot of different papers and designs and stuff. So this first roll it's got 6 pieces in it. And it's got different designs. So this is like a wrapping paper. Let me open it up. And they're a little over 2 feet wide. So you get a lot of paper with this. I really like that one. It's just like a newspaper article. And I wish you could see the size, but I know you can't see it through the camera. Oh, this is cute too. And this has a little bit of color to it. I don't know if you could see on camera, but it's just got the colors of the flag. These would be so good to like outline a shoebox and put like your little crafting, your ephemera pieces and stuff in it. And it's just single-sided. Yeah, I really like this one. This one's really nice. All the bikes and the stamps. So it looks like you get 6 sheets in this. No way! Look at that. Oh my gosh, I really love this. Just an old map. Okay, I really like this one, guys. And then you have one that just has a bunch of postcards. Okay, I really like this set, and I actually might order another one. Just so I can have more. I really think these will be fun to craft with. I really like these. I really like this set of papers. And you get a nice quantity. And they're great. They're nice size. And like I do everything, I'll put a screenshot of the item up here in the right hand corner and the price I paid for it at the time. And then the left hand corner, I will put the item number. I don't put links in my description because it would take me all day to do that. But all you have to do is write down the item number and go into Temu and type in that item number, and it'll take you to the exact item I'm showing you here in the video. Okay, so I really like that. So let's continue on with all the papers that I've purchased. Because like I said, this one's a big paper haul, but I also have a lot of surprise little goodies. I seen these and I really fell in love with these because I really like the blue. I'm into the blue right now. And these are great for journal pages. I like the thickness. They're not too thick. And they're not too thin. I think they're perfect for a journal. And it won't add much bulk. They are 6 by 8s. And they're only single-sided. But don't you love the blue? Like, I just love that blue in these. And you get 16 pieces, and they're A5 size, so yeah. See, I think these are just so gorgeous. I just love those. Just love the blue and the, like, coffee dye. I think that one's really pretty. So yeah, they are duplicates. So you get get 8 designs and 2 of each. So 16, you get 8 different designs. I really like this one because it just reminds me of like the old leather books. So in this pack you get 12 different designs and you get 3 of each design. So I'm just going to go through the 12 different designs. Here's one of them. I really like this. You can just, they just look like faux leather. I mean, I just like the way they look. This would look really cute, I think, like that. And then you have this design. Again, it just looks like it's embossed leather. This one kind of even looks metal. I like how this has a little bit of yellow. These do have a weird smell to them though. I don't really like the smell. I like this deep red. This would be good for like a goth journal or a Halloween. Even a fall. Or like if you're doing an architectural journal or... So this is a pretty big pack, and I like the variety, and I like that you get multiple sheets of the same design, because sometimes you just like a design and just want to use it. So that's that pack of paper. And then this next pack of paper, I kind of went towards spring and Easter, kind of wanted some spring and Easter colors. So with this pack, there's also 36 sheets, so there's 12 different designs, and there's 3 sheets for each design. And this is kind of like a plaid set that I really enjoy. I think this is so pretty. It's got like a little bit of plaid with some lace and some pink background. I really like this one because it looks like it's got some like old lace. I'm just really into these pink plaids. This one's kind of a purple pink. I think these are such pretty papers. I really like these. This orange, this would go good for fall or Halloween or Thanksgiving, or if you just like orange. I think this one's really pretty. I like because it's got a little bit of blue in it. I really like this one, like the buffalo check kind of. It's upside down. I just thought these would be really pretty for Easter, but you could also use them for like any day. Valentine's Day. See, that one's really, I really like those colors. I really like this pack because, like I said, there's quite a few in there in different designs, and I just really like that you get a variety. Do I have more paper? Thought I had more paper. Okay, this is tissue paper, but it's just a different, it's got a variety of browns in it. It's got 3 different colors, and it's called the Brown Series. And there's 30 sheets in here. So it looks like you get 10 sheets of each color. And it's just a really thin tissue paper. Well, thin. I mean, it is tissue paper. Tissue paper is thin, so in case you didn't know. So it's just our normal size tissue paper. There's a little bit of like waxiness to it, but it's not like super shiny. So there's one color brown. And like I said, this has got 3 different color browns in it. Here's your other color brown, and I'm just going to put them out so you can see the different color browns that this pack has in it. Tissue paper, the reason why I got this color is it's really good for making like your faux leather. But also like the cicada wing paper, which technically isn't really made out of cicada wings, in case anybody's wondering. They just call it that because it's so thin and delicate. But anyways, this works probably just as good as the cicada wing paper if you can't find it. But it makes a really good faux leather on books and stuff like that. Okay, that looks like that's it for the papers. Okay, so I decided to break down and get me a tag punch. I don't have one of these type of tag punches. This is the one where you can make the scallop like top part of the tag. So it's got the 1.5, the 2.5, and the 2. So the biggest size you can put in here is 2.5 inches wide. That's as big as you can go on this. And then you can go as small as 1.5. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and make some tags so that you can see what they look like. And we'll just use a couple pieces of our new papers that we've got. I've chosen these 2 just because they're there and they're available. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and measure out the 2.5, the 2, and the 1.5, and we'll cut them out and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's all my papers. I've got the 1.5 inch, which we'll put in there first, and you can see this will go right in the middle, right there between the 2 lines. And then you want to scoot it all the way back in there, as far as it'll go. And then you just press down the lever, and you have that. And I always put the paper backwards, just because of the way the indentation, I guess, of the actual punch itself is on the back. So that way the front just looks like a natural punch. And then I'm going to try 2 because this is thin paper and that actually punched really well. So let's try 2 in there together so that way I can back these. Now these are both 2 inches. Straight would be nice. Goes right in there. And punch. And there I have my 2 tags. These are going to make really pretty tags. I'm glad I chose that paper. And then this is the 2.5 inch, so that's our bigger one. And it should fit in there. It should actually take up the whole punch. It's easy to measure in between these lines so you can make sure it's straight and it's going to punch straight. Yes. I love it. I love this paper for tags. Like, doesn't that just look like a real leather tag? Very nice. And then you just got all your little scrappies. I won't keep those, but you could keep the dots if you want to use the dots for something. I'm sure you can find something to do with the dots. So very happy with this. It's very sharp. It works great. Yeah. I'm glad I got this. See, I have this other one I got from Temu. I don't have any problem with Temu punches. I've never had an issue with them. I've got this one. I just don't know how wide. I think it's just 2-inch. No. Okay, this one just has 1.5 inch, but this will make my tails. See? I hauled this on, I'll actually put the video and the link up here on the screen, and I will also put it in the bottom in the description box. And then on the back it shows, I mean, Temu actually carries all of these punches, and it's a really nice price for them. I actually was thinking about getting a bigger tail punch, because this also is 2.5, 2 and 1.5. So I might actually get that one, and I kind of like this punch. So I might get those 2 punches. Don't know what this is. Let's see. Multicolored, that's all it says. Colorful, multicolored. Okay, it's my scissors. Wanted a nice pair, another pair of scissors. You can never have too many. I thought these were so pretty. Let's see. I want to see how they cut without wasting. I want a big thick piece of paper. This is pretty thick. No, I don't want to waste that though. Yeah, they cut pretty well. Very nice. They've got some kind of oil all over them. I'll need to clean that off. Yeah, but they're just scissors. They're kind of thin. They're not real heavy. I just like the color. Okay, these are our heart charms. There's 5 colors, so there's 5 different colors, 5 pieces. And I've already used one, which I'll show you in just a second. Actually, there's not 5 different colors. But anyway, these are so cute, and I like the way they fasten. Like I said, I've already looked at everything in the bag, so nothing's a surprise. I don't do those surprise videos, what did I get? I always like to check to see what I got so I know how to explain it to you guys. I just like to share my hauls. Okay, how do I use this? I thought I had it figured out. Well, here's one that's already unlocked. So you can see it's just a clasp, but it just goes down. Maybe. Okay guys, I've realized after playing around with these, I don't like these. These are too hard to get shut and to open up the clasps. I mean, once you have it shut, if you don't have to open it, you're fine. But it's just getting them open and closed, so I had to actually get out my little pliers here. And you gotta squeeze it and then lift up. It's just hard for me to squeeze. So yeah, I don't suggest these at all. The clasp is just hard to work with. But there's 5 of them. I mean, they're cute if you've got the strength to work with them. Okay, so I seen these hauled in another video and I really liked them. And they're pastel bulldog clips or binder clips, whatever you want to call them. But they're pastel colors and I just fell in love with them, so I had to get them myself. They're smaller, but I don't want anything too big. I mean, aren't these just like so pretty and cute? Looks like I've got 2 big ones in here too for some reason. Oh, they're different sizes. Never mind. I just realized they're multiple sizes. So I got a big one, a tiny one, and I guess you'd call that a normal size. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. I just thought the pastels are just so cute and pretty. Pretty. I like my colors, but I also like my grunge. Okay, this item is, I'm going to see if it works on camera. So, you know those nasty blister packs that medicine comes in that's so hard to get into? Apparently these are supposed to get into blister packs without you even having to put forth any effort. Okay, so I just have some allergy medicine here, and I've got some blister packs, and I'm going to see how well this thing works. I've got the small blister pack in there, and then I'm going to press down. Nothing. Hang on, let me look on Temu and see what they say to do. Okay, so what Temu shows, which you can see I already got one to work. Don't worry, none of the medicine's going to go to waste. It's going to go in a bottle. So, it shows you putting the whole blister pack, I guess because it works better. And it shows you the pill up, right? So you put it in there, you put your, put this thing, whatever this is, on top of the pill. And then you just squeeze. But see, it's not coming out for me. It's just breaking the blister pack. There it goes. So, it did. It broke through the blister pack. So yeah, I guess it does work. You just have to, it's just a learning curve. So yeah, for those of you that can't get these stupid blister pack open, like me, this might come in handy. So this other little handy gadget I have is for those annoying shopping carts that require quarters so that people will put them back. Now, a lot of people will say, well, isn't that stealing or cheating the system? No, because you actually get the quarter back if you return the cart, which I always return the carts, right? What this does is, if you don't have a quarter, you just put this into the slot and it stays in there, you know, so you got to make sure you return the cart still to get this back, right? So you're not stealing anything. And I thought this would be, because I never have cash on me anymore, and I never have change. So I thought this would be a nifty little thing, because I like to shop at the grocery stores. Well, all I can afford to shop at is the grocery stores that require you to return the carts. But yeah, so anyway, I just thought that would be a nifty little gadget to have. We'll see how well it works, and I will record me using it. And I'll put it in my, I don't know, community tab or whatever they're calling it these days. I'll put it in there so that you guys can see how well it works. So this is just like a little photograph die. And I've already used it. I will show you here. I'll show you here in just a second, because I did a little project using some of this stuff. So anyways, this is just like a little photograph die. And they're just like little Polaroids die, like hanging off of a string or something. And then I got the stamp set. It is like your Scrabble set. But it's a stamp and die set. So you've got your Scrabble stamps. And then it comes with your cutout or your die. I just wish this was like an entire die, but it just cuts out 2 rows of those. So what I did is I did a little project where I used these the Scrabble stamps and the photograph stamps, and I did a little tag. And here's the little tag that I did. So you can see down here, this is the die cut from the die that I used with the little Polaroids. And then I used my stamp set and I watercolored those letters in. They look kind of blurry just because I had to double stamp it and it didn't match up right. So after I used my watercolors on these, I tried to stamp over it without using my stamp, stamp plate. And I didn't get them lined up perfectly, but I just loved how it turned out. And what I did is after I cut these out, because here's what they look like before I put them in here. So like there's all the different watercolor Scrabble pieces that I did, right? And then what I did is delicately, very delicate, is I just glued them on to the, you can kind of see it here because I didn't line this yet, but I just glued it on to the back of the photograph hanger thing, whatever it is. So, and then I did a little heart there, one of our little heart charms on there, and then I will show you these next. But I thought these turned out so good with a little watercolor paint. I also used on my tag, I used our tag punch. And like I said, I still need to back it, but I wanted to get everything glued down. See, I glued down the little corners of that die cut, but I also secured it with a little bit of glue underneath, but I wanted them coming off the page. And there's these little wooden birdies I also used on my tag, and I'm going to put two little, I don't know, sequins or something on there to kind of hide the holes. Or if you wanted to, you could actually sew those onto the paper with a needle and thread and make a pretty bow right there, which actually is what I might do. But here's the wooden birds. There's 50 of these, and they're considered buttons. But there's all different. I'm really liking Temu's wooden buttons. I've bought several different kinds of them. But there's a whole variety of colors and designs in here. It looks like we might have 2 or 3 of each design. I'm guessing if there's 50, you might have 25 different designs maybe. Or no, because right there's 3. I don't know, you might have 5 and there might be 10 different designs. But you might have 5 of each design. I don't know, that's more of the math I'm kind of looking at. Let's go along with all the wooden birdies and stuff. This is how this kit came. So I wanted a kit full of letters, and anymore the Dollar Tree, you can only find one of each letter in the alphabet. They have a package, you know, and I don't really like the lettering, and half of the time I can't even find them at my Dollar Tree. I got this. It comes in a nice little tray. Oh, there's one of my earring backs. I'm going to go ahead and open it. I just hate that it came like this. But I can understand in shipping it get messed up. I can sort through it. Sorting and organizing, I love to do. So this does not bother me that this came like this at all. Okay, so I kind of organized them a little bit. And as you can see, you get a wide variety because they even give you the numbers in some shapes, which I really like. So there's 45 different patterns, and there's 6 of each pattern. So it's a much better bargain getting it this way than it is getting from the Dollar Tree. Because at the Dollar Tree, you only get the 26 letters of the alphabet, and you only get 1 of each. So if you want to make a word that has more than 1 of the same letter, you have to get 2 or 3 packs, which is like $3 or $4, right? By the time it's all said and done. And at least this will last for some time, and I get more than 1 letter for, you know, if I want to... Mississippi, for instance. I know I have enough letters to spell out Mississippi. So this is a good bargain, and plus you get like the ampersand, the and signal. You also get the, I call it a pound sign, but for all you young folks, the hashtag sign. You get $, exclamation, question mark, heart, star, some paws. You get 1 through 9, and then you also get a 0 and an O. But I noticed I couldn't really tell the difference between the two. They're the same size and width. Well, no, I guess the O's a little wider. So you'll just have to keep an eye on that. But I thought this was a really good kit. Plus it comes in like this little wooden tray. I only wish it had a lid. But what I may end up doing is putting this in a little plastic container that I have, a plastic organizer. And then I can just tear this apart and use the wood from this for a craft or something. Or to separate. Oh, this would be good. Like you could put these in a plastic container, and then you can use the wood tray if you do like diamond painting and stuff. You can put all your little beads in there or whatever. So now I just have some stickers to show you. So these are actually nail stickers, but I think these would be really good to use on a tag or anything in junk journaling. This is called, it just says 30-piece set. But I think they're nail stickers. I'll put it, like I said, I always put it up here on the right-hand side of the screen. We can get all different designs and patterns, and aren't they just so pretty? They're like a rose gold. There's just all different kinds. I thought this was really pretty, and I think this is just one. Is this just one sticker? Yeah, so this would be really pretty to use. Let's use, do we want to use it on there? I think I want something smaller. So are these individual? Yeah, these are individual. So this is one. Okay. So let's put this kind of like up here maybe. And see, it will just add something to your tag or your project. That is just so pretty. I like the way that is. So nail art stickers, you know, they don't just have to be for nail art. I also got some rub-ons, some rub-on transfers, which I used on my tag, and I'll show you in just a second. But these are super cute. They're already cut out. You just have to cut them out yourself. You know how rub-ons work. I shouldn't have to explain that to you. But you can see that they're already individually trimmed out. And there's quite a few on each page. There's 3 pages of these. And I already used one from this page, and it's on my tag that I made. As you can see, it's right here. Yeah, I like Temu's rub-ons. And then it comes with your little craft stick to rub them on with. And last but not least, I wanted some black pop-up tape or foam stickers, whatever you want to call them. The reason why I wanted black is because they just kind of disappear in a journal when you use them. And you can see they're just the black foam squares. Nope. There is a nail sticker on there. Okay. This is my new junk journal I just started. It still needs a clasp and everything. But this is just out of I made this, you'll see. It's just from Walmart. It is just a planner. Cheap little planner. It was an old green cover and stuff. Where do I want to put my tag, which isn't completely done, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But see, you could just, I'll just pop it up here and we'll just use it as a single-sided. But when you put your black foam squares down, this is going to kind of raise it a little bit. I'm not even done. Why am I doing this? I'm not even done with my tag. I just want to show you guys how the black foam just kind of disappears. But you're not going to be able to see it. But anyway, the black foam will just kind of hide instead of the white in your face. So we have 63 of these. on a sheet, and there's 5 sheet in there, so you get 315 of these. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Plus they're already handy dandy little squares, don't have to cut anything, which I also like, and it's just super simple and easy. And a little flip through so far of what I've got going on in my journal. Here I made just some little tuck spots up here. I made an upper tuck spot, which you can stash things in, and a little tuck spot there. And then I've got my little flip out envelope with just some journal paper, some journaling spices in there. And then this, I used some of paper from Temu. I can't remember what this is called, but I like the texture of it and stuff. And this is just like a little, I don't know, a little journaling spot that I can open up and journal here. But then there's also a little pocket here. And then there's, to shut this closed, I just use a paper clip. And I paper clip it shut. And then there's a little folder, or a little pocket there. And I can journal on the back of that paper. And then there's a little tuck spot out of that same paper. That's one sheet of paper. There's a little tuck spot there. And then some ephemera that I can journal on the back of there. Over here, this is a little envelope. And a little tuck spot, or a little pocket here. I can journal on this ephemera. This page isn't completely done, but I don't know, I may want to add more. And then I haven't even decorated this page yet, or this page. And then I got this page and this page. I used the Dollar Tree peel and stick tile for this page. Really like the way it came out. And I used some antique, all the stuff that I have is antique papers. I literally have a whole bunch of antique, I'll show you. This isn't even all of it. So I have all these old antique papers and music, and like, it's old. Some of this is from 1964, so I guess that wouldn't be antique, that would be vintage, right? This I think would be antique, 1925, the American Needlewoman, and it's just got all kinds. I like to cut out like all kinds of the ads and labels and all that stuff out of these. Yeah, I got some old magazines. This one is 1940. These are old stencils, like very old 1956 stencils. I haven't used them. I'm afraid to use them. This is only half. Like, I don't have any space for a lot of these old, and they're falling apart and stuff. So I was like, well, let's start using them in my journals. That's why I got them. And then that's just some more old, like, papers. I really love this old, like, antique music papers. You remember in school, the smell of these, I can't remember what they were called, but every time the teacher would make copies and it was this blue ink, it had that smell to it. Like, every kid would sniff their paper and it would be nice and warm. You guys, any Generation Xers out there remember that paper? I don't remember what it's called, but I always enjoyed it. Yeah, so this is just all my old music sheets and stuff. But anyways, I don't know what got me onto that topic. I think I was doing, oh yeah, filling in my journal. But I think I just wanted to prove, I received a comment, which I do go through comments and I delete them because some people are very rude and I just don't give them the chance or the opportunity to see their comment posted. But some people have said that I don't really junk journal. Well, here you go. Here is the proof, and this is only one of my journals. I have a circus journal around here I started. I'll have to find it. Yeah, here it is. I'm actually still working on this one. I've got some signatures in it already. Just haven't completed it. But last summer I started a circus journal and just didn't get it finished. But right here is I've got a cloth cover for some cloth. Sewed in one signature already. Don't have all the signatures sewed in yet. But this is just one of the signatures. I use different kinds of papers, thicknesses. And then there's the center of that signature. This one, it still needs a little bit of improvement because I'm still working on it. I thought about maybe taking some old lace around here and stuff. So, yeah, that's my circus journal I started on. I just don't film this stuff yet because I'm still a little self-conscious about my journaling. I mean, it's something that's very private to me, but it's something that I would really like to start showcasing. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know how, and I'm teaching myself every day, but that's the only way you learn. Live and learn. So, yeah, anyway, I don't know what. So, yeah, we got our tag in there that we made out of today's Temu specials. Not completely done, but, you know, adds a little color to my butterfly journal. Alright, well I guess that's all I have for you today. It was a nice Temu haul. I will have another Temu haul for you coming up on Friday, so stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment and let me know what was your favorite item out of today's haul and what would you like to see me haul in the future. Is there something on Temu you've been looking at that you kind of wonder and you want me to haul? Let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.